Your girl, the Authentic Empress, and I have some messages for you guys. As you can see in the caption, it says Cardinals and Carnelian. Okay, so as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I recently visited a crystal emporium. I know that sounds weird because people like us are always visiting these kinds of places anyway. Um, and so I wanted to get me some more carnelian. And this is the one that I was drawn to, right? So I want you guys to take a good look at this. So the first thing my partner and I noticed um, when I grabbed the stone, well, especially me, I noticed how it looked like an embryo inside of a womb or a birth sac or whatever. That's the first thing I thought of. So just a while ago, after I went to make a run or whatever, I came back and sometimes I would just sit, and meditate, or just chill in my car, you know. And so I was doing that, and then I was listening to some songs or some of my music that I made. Like I just wanted to be in the present moment and just really listen to my songs. So that's what I was doing. And I noticed I had opened my eyes in the middle of one of my songs, and I saw a lot of cardinals, like so many cardinals, literally like groups of them. Now, before I saw all of these cardinals, because there's a lot of birds out where I live at, basically. And I remember, just watching or observing, these other birds, and what I was observing about it, it kind of looked like the Carolina wren birds, and um, it was a blue jay. I remember seeing a blue jay. However, there were these other birds that kind of literally looked like a combination of them too. It literally looked like, a wren bird, but its back was blue, like a blue jay. And these particular birds was following this blue jay around, and it's like every time those birds, or one of them, or because they will follow, right, one by one or all together. Every time they will follow this blue jay or go wherever this blue jay landed at, the blue jay will move. Like it will move further out, like or away from them, or fly away from them, like was just getting away from it. And I was just observing it. I was like, like that's interesting. I was just hearing within myself about um almost like, I guess, your energy being so magnetic that maybe, recently you kind of feel like you would have to run or avoid or, sneak around, people, or hide yourself or dim your light or whatever, just to, maintain your peace or manage your peace, or not allow anyone to disrupt that, or not even threaten it or come close to it, right? So just kind of having like PTSD when it comes to intimacy and being sociable or whatever the case may be. But anyway, not saying that the Blue Jay has that, but these were the messages that I was channeling whenever I was watching this. And another thing too is that just accept it. You're gonna have people who admire you. There's gonna be people who admire you. There's gonna be people who, yeah. What I heard from Spirit was just accept it. You are a role model. You were put here to be a role model. So I know a lot of times we collect a lot of unnecessary drama, or imagine conflict for ourselves when we think about false competitions, or people, falsely competing against us within their own minds, like, and projecting that onto us, right? Maybe even resorting to, casting dark magic or witchcraft and spells and stuff like that, just to win or whatever the case may be. Um, how we always, or how we too easily or impulsively make an identity out of this, or create an identity out of conflict, or out of the concept of people hating on us or copying us, imitating us, stealing our stuff. This is not to say that these aren't things that we should, be able to discern and acknowledge and warn people about, and, teach people how to protect their energy, how to retrieve their energy, right? Or, just to provide confirmation and clarity to what people have already been intuitively identifying or sensing about these individuals, people, places, and things, right? So just to give people clarity so they can have more guidance, to know that they can move forward, they can trust their judgment, they can trust these inklings that they had about, said subject or said person, right? And then you move differently, you adapt, right? So that kind of thing too. So here's the thing that I was noticing. As I was sitting there and I opened my eyes and I seen this group of cardinals. Oh, let me not forget this. Basically, just accept that you're a role model and that there's gonna be some people who do imitate you, and not to internalize this, as um, the darkest thing possible, like for or the darkest perception possible, or attachment that you can attach to it, right? Whether because you know how some people say, hatred is also love in a way. I'm not saying that it's healthy and stuff like that. There's still like toxic love, but you know how people say that in a way, hatred is also love. So this is just talking about, okay, is it really something to get worked up about or just spend any more energy on? So it's about recognizing that you spent whatever enough time that you needed to process just understanding that, hey, this is what people do, or this is what people have been doing, and these are the ways that they do it. Right now that I know the ways that they do it, now that I know that these individuals are what it looks like when a person is doing this, I know how to move accordingly and move better to avoid that, or to I guess align myself with better outcomes, or better opportunities, or just energy, right? So basically moving past that and just accepting it for what it is. Like, you are here to be a guide, a role model, right? So once again, I'm hearing J. Cole, no role models, and I'm here right now, no role models to speak up. So a lot of this, this trend here about people speaking up on things, of the dark, these occulted things, these hidden things, these, these desensitized matters, or these things where information is withheld or whatever, or destroyed or attempted to be destroyed, right? So all of these things surfacing, through one of the most powerful, tools or pieces that we own, and that is our, our expression. Now, the reason why I say expression is because not everybody have the ability to speak, like actual words that people can understand, right? So, like, anybody, like, this could talk about people who are deaf, or, stuff like that too. This is anybody. Everybody has a way to express themselves. So, and there's, different ways that people will manifest here, to be a messenger of some kind, right? And a lot of times it will be those people that, people either there's something about their identity, or some peculiar thing about them that would basically dissuade people from thinking that they're a credible, person for such position, or, title, or spiritual rank, or abilities, right? So a lot of people get blinded by stuff like that too. So it's almost like the concept of an angel approaching you as a homeless person, and you being tasked with, are you going to, treat this person with compassion and kindness, or are you gonna, like this person is, the dust beneath your feet, or, they're beneath you or something like that, and you turn them away, or whatever the case may be, right? And then the whole time you're turning away an angel because you're going off of earth. Well, I'm not going to say earth. You're going off the world's concept of how we perceive things, or how we should be able to identify individuals, or how we categorize them, right? And their necessity to us, their essentiality. Okay, so anyway, so these birds, these cardinals, all showing up, right? So first it was a group of them, and then I just noticed as I was just observing, like, the entire, just land around me, I was seeing more and more cardinals, so many of them. Now, what's the significance of me seeing all these cardinals, right? Because, yeah, I do see cardinals, for the most part regularly, but there are some times when, they're not around. You don't really see them like that. What's the significance? The significance is that on a video that I posted, like, maybe about 3 days ago, I was talking about how a reader that I follow was basically emphasizing to practice your magic, to go out in nature and do things to literally practice your magic, like childlikely, like on some childlike shit, like you know, go out and practice your magic. So I was telling y'all about how I, put my gaze on one of the trees, and how it seemed like there was this portion of the tree that, even though there was like a breeze and wind, stuff like that, this portion of the tree was not moving at all. Like, this whole section was just not moving, but the rest of the tree was, right? So I put my focus on this portion that wasn't moving, and I remember basically I created like a spell, something about let your hair swing, tree, let your leaves blow freely, something in sync or in harmony with whatever. Like, I can't remember what I said, but I told y'all in another video. So, and then after I did this, I said, I don't know if I said it like 3 times or what, but just practicing magic, right? Like, just going out on a limb and just practicing in different ways, like counting on yourself and counting on your gifts and your abilities and your connection with source, and knowing what powers that be that are behind you, right, to back these things up. So after doing that, the process of waiting, right, not overthinking it, not, like, not worrying about how it's going to happen, right, just basically, just putting that out there, sowing that seed or whatever, or just speaking something as if, it was, and then waiting for it to happen, like just patiently waiting and not overthinking about or over anticipating the outcome or whatever the case may be. So one of the other things I did too was I asked for a blue jay, or I asked to see a blue jay or a cardinal or something like that, like for a cardinal or a blue jay to come see me or whatever. So today, me seeing all those cardinals like in multitude like that, what I heard from spirit was that how some people really underestimate exactly how magic works. Because I feel like even in you, from my experience, even in you practicing divination, right, and your magic, or to perform alchemy and stuff like that, your human self always wants to doubt it. Your ego always wants to think this is not going to work, or I need something better. I need something more tangible, material, and human, right, in order to achieve whatever this is, or get this solution, or a resolution. So this is what most people, or most of us, fall, victim to whenever this conflict appears between the human self, the flesh, and the spirit, right? So it's like our spirit gets tested in the process of trying to manifest things, or whatever the case may be. Like, are you gonna doubt it? Do you actually believe that it will happen? What's your state of being? What's your energy behind it? Your perception. Is your perception healthy concerning this matter? Do you really understand, the mechanisms and the mechanics, the methods of how, divination works, or, the ability to speak things into existence, right? So basically testing your faith, seeing if you're gonna doubt it, right? If you're gonna actually wait, or if you're gonna actually believe, like, how are you gonna handle this thing, like, in order for it to, will itself to happen or into fruition. So what I got was, even though, and I want to say I may have seen one cardinal that day, later on that day, it was literally later on, but I was hearing how when we think, sometimes we can think that something is not manifesting, or it's not working out, just because it's not working out in the time frame we rather it work out in a preferred time frame that we would want it to be. And so we just automatically count it as, okay, this is not real, I need to, look into another way of getting this, achieving this. This is not going to work out, right? But that's literally you being tested. You being tested behind, do you have the necessary spiritual fuel to back whatever these words was, this manifestation, this affirmation, whatever it was that you're trying to manifest into creation here, right? Do you actually believe it, or are you going to doubt it and basically cast it out, or whatever? But anyway, what I'm getting to with this is that even though I did that like last week or some days ago when I asked about these cardinals, and when I closed my eyes, I was listening to I don't know which song I was listening to at the time, but I'm just listening to my music, definitely in a good mental space, like state of being, just meditating. And so I opened my eyes, and it's literally like, boom, cardinals literally everywhere, different colors, and all that. right? So they was telling me, even though it may take a while or it may not manifest when you want it to, the thing about it, when it does manifest, it's going to be twice as much than you thought it would be, or it's going to be double the amount you asked for. You actually asked for, as long as you remain in grace, like you hope, you be in a state of um, faith, basically, and gratitude, cherishing the present moment, because that's literally what I was doing. I was cherishing the present moment. I was definitely in a state of gratitude, or I had gratefulness on my mind, like just in my mind, and that literally happened, right? So yesterday, how I pulled a card that said appreciation and gratitude, right? All right. So anyway, Carnelian. What's the connection with Cardinals and Carnelian that I picked up? So when I was in there, or basically ever since I got this Carnelian, it's really been like I don't know, like I really been feeling pulled to it, like so much. Like I don't know, it's something about it being in my hands and just being near me. I've been sleeping with it underneath my pillow, keeping it, carrying it with me, wherever I go, or if I leave the house and stuff like that, or wherever I go. Like for the most part, when I'm consciously thinking about it or reminded, I try to keep it on me. So I'm just sitting here, kind of, massaging it, charging or whatever, or channeling the energy of it when I'm in the car listening to this music. So, and I seen all these cardinals, and I just thought about the similarities in the pronunciation: Cardinals, Carnelian. And then what I heard was that there's a connection between Cardinals and Carnelian. Something about this crystal or this stone that literally attracts cardinals. So something else that I heard too, if you let's say you want to do like some healing or whatever concerning the root chakra, another thing that cardinals represent is literally the root chakra, with them being like this very powerful red, right, vibrant red. It also represents the root chakra. But what I heard was something about carnelian attracting cardinals, and it's something, see, how we as humans, we have our own aura, right? We carry our own aura and frequency, and wherever we go or wherever our presence be or whatever, it can impact or influence the room, the energy in the room. So it's the same thing with animals and mystical sacred beings, like even with plants. That's why people will have plants in their house and stuff like that. Not just for, your flesh reasons, your human reasons, like for example, better oxygen or cleaner air, right? Or purification of air. Not just for that, but for spiritual properties as well, right? How it impacts the spirit, or its impact, influence that it has on the energy in the house or in the room, right? So also serves as a purification of your spiritual energy as well. So we always have to, consciously remember or draw the connections of how things impact our flesh or impact our human selves, and how it, reflects in our spirit as well. So something about when you have carnelian, right? This will draw cardinals to you or around you. Why does this matter, or what's the significance in this? Like I just said, animals, birds, different birds and creatures or whatever, they also have auras. They carry auras and frequencies as well. So it's like drawing or channeling more of a balanced, or like a more of this healthy, more aligned, right? Because I'm pretty sure these birds ain't goddamn as disconnected spiritually or energetically as humans are. I guarantee you that they're not, right? So when they come around and they're in their godly or sacred energy of, their aura as cardinals, right? When their energy comes around yours or in your presence, this also adds, or it emits like an energy or their spiritual properties that they serve and represent into your energy, especially regarding your root chakra, right? So let me tell you how I got clarity about this. All right. So before I even go to the other things, when I was reading, I literally stopped and went live after I saw this, because I was like, okay, that's all I need to see. I'm ready to go live now. So it says, like eagles, ravens, and many other bird species, the cardinal is primarily a monogamous bird who mates for life. In addition, both male and female cardinals share in the responsibility of nurturing and raising their young. Thus, the cardinal is a symbol of romantic love and devotion. The attentive cardinal is a reminder that true love transcends infatuation and lust. The cardinal is in it for the long haul, the ups, downs, and in betweens. If a cardinal comes into your life and you are in an established bond, it can be a sign to renew your commitment to each other. The cardinal never takes their mate for granted. So this is talking about us being in these partnerships, these divine partnerships, whether you're in it now or you're going to be in it in the near future, right? Or you're in the process of strengthening one or sealing one, right? Officializing it. So this is talking about the energy that the divine collective is in at this moment, or this shift is happening for us to basically to create more unity and love and stability, strong foundations where, just because we have disagreements and stuff like that, we don't try to kill each other. Like, even if we're upset, we'll work through it, like work through the shit, right? It makes me think about this book. It's called The Spirit of Intimacy, and I really cannot remember how to pronounce this person's name that wrote it. Give me 1 second. But I think this person is from Africa. The Spirit of Intimacy. I know their name starts with an S. So Sobonfu Some. Sobonfu Some. That's SOBONFU SOME. So the Spirit of Intimacy, Ancient Teachings. I hate when they be blocking stuff out for you to see. Can I see the name of the book, please? Ancient African Teachings in the Ways of Relationships. Now, I got confirmation with that, too. What card was that? It was the Tortoise card. Because something about some people on their path, like, your path is not... Look, everybody's path is not the same, right? And you manifesting whatever, you're supposed to is not going to be the same exact steps that everybody else take who are also on the spiritual path, on their spiritual journey. Now, what I mean by that, what I was getting, there's some people who could feel like they're not doing something right, or questioning their path, questioning their choices, their decisions here concerning their spiritual path, because I guess it's not like others who you respect, right? And this is concerning the home. This is why it says cardinals are like, they're monogamous birds, right? So they mate for life. When they're with their partner, they stay with that partner, right? They raise their birdies together, they build their home together, right? And they stay in that home all year round. They don't migrate like other birds. They stay, right? So this is talking about some individuals questioning their path because maybe you're in a place where, let's say, no, it's not exactly where you want to be, or you want to be able to go somewhere else right now, or be in a different place here, right? But for you, this could be, you could be feeling like things are just moving slow for you, or slower for you than others, that type of thing. But this says, when changes are made for the sake of change itself, resist. So this is saying being able to manifest healing or evolution or creativity or a strong foundation right from where you are, no matter where you are, no matter what condition, no matter your living situation. Doesn't matter if you're at your parents' house, it doesn't matter where you are, right? Because I feel like there's a heavy emphasis or overemphasis that, oh, you have to move away from home just to be able to evolve or heal or ascend or whatever, or do your shadow work, this, that, and the third, heal. And that's not necessarily all true. It's not necessarily all true. It's definitely still attainable. It's attainable wherever you are, because the spirit, the spirit of God, the spirit of the Most High is within you, right? So it's like grace. That's why it says grace always abounds. So this is an energy that is always available to you. As long as you have yourself, you got breath in your body, you have spirit in your body, right? So this is talking about really having just as much confidence and dependability, trust within our own temples, like our houses, like our bodies, our own selves, like what we carry wherever we are, right? Okay. Let's see. So just because, for other people, because I feel like too, people don't really talk about that portion where, what happens before you leave home or before you move, to a different city or move away from your hometown and stuff like that, right? People don't talk about what happens during that state of your spiritual path, your spiritual journey, and that there is growth that takes place during that moment as well. So this is talking about people who could be on that part of their journey, just questioning their path, or whether their stability is aligned, like their foundation, like is aligned with divinity or aligned with their harvest or whatever. Okay, so it says, older than the dinosaur, embodiment of ancient wisdom and living testament to the wonder of her form. Unchanging tortoise plods on through time. So older than a dinosaur, yet an embodiment of ancient wisdom and living testament to the wonder of her form. Unchanging tortoise plods on through time. Like tortoise, resist change for novelty's sake. So this is talking about like materials or like glamour. I don't know, like glitter or glitz and glam or some shit like that. Flashiness. Or being able to flash shit. Or have flashier things. I don't know. So it says, like tortoise, resist change for novelty's sake. Be true to your way of living, your partner, and your creativity, lest you destroy something more wonderful than you yet know. So this is talking about gratitude and appreciation for what you have, right? Seeing the beauty in what you have, right? Not being ungrateful and remembering, other conditions, right? Others' lives, right? And remembering like what's like the true values, like the sacred virtues that really defines wealth spiritually. That really does matter, at the end of the day, at the bottom line, right? Regardless of whatever we accumulate materially, these virtues, these spiritual virtues, if we do not have that, or if that is not, in the midst, right? Most people are going to feel an emptiness or void, right? They're going to get caught on some type of pattern or insanity or cycle, right? Where they're steadily trying to feel something with things that literally, it's like it takes away from them in an unhealthy way. So not taken away from them, like as in things that they need to cut off and release, in order to reestablish balance or to be sustainable or sustained, or like cutting out the weeds so that the other plants can grow better, not that kind of thing, but literally like cutting off themselves. So cutting off their gifts, cutting off these things that really do, create wealth or generate true wealth, right? And love and peace and joy in their lives. Sacrificing these things, right? Sacrificing these spiritual virtues, these spiritual riches, in order for, in order of basically abiding by a false order or agenda that makes you think that the only way or the quickest way to obtain these things. Because it's also talking about people feeling like an immediate, like this urgency, like a sense of urgency. It says, be true to your way of living, your partner, your creativity, lest you destroy something more wonderful than you yet know. So you don't want to be like those individuals that really do have it good, but because they're comparing themselves, to the Joneses, or, what people define as most powerful, or, most, I don't know, like top tier. People wanting to be top tier, like for the sake of reputation or an image here, like to feel this void of, or this scar, this wound that they have, like in their confidence or their self-esteem, their ego here. So it's like I don't know, it's like putting a bandage on something, and this is not to say that, you know, your skin, you know, your body won't heal itself, because it will, but let's say you get a wound some type of way and it's dirty as hell, and instead of cleansing it out, you just put a fucking bandage on top of it and expect, you know, it's just gonna heal normally. Not saying that it won't. There's a chance that it will, but there's also a probability that it's going to get, you know, infected, right? And worse than it could have been, than it needed to be, right? If you would have took necessary actions, right? Instead of trying to, you know, be fast and shit. So that's why we got sloth as well. Sloth. So this is obviously, you know, slow and steady wins the race here. This type of energy. So it reminds me also about a video that I had watched recently about the guy in the music industry that was just exposing them or just talking about their mental and stuff like that. And one of the things that he said was what they do is that they overpay the ignorant. They overpay the ignorant, and the ones that's like, oh, daddy, whatever you say, I'll do it. Just tell me what to do so I can get this bag. Tell me what you need me to do for me to get the bag. I'll do anything. I'll do it all. Right? They overpay these people so that they can self-destruct themselves or self-destroy themselves. This is why they overpay them, right? But then the people who have like a divine consciousness, people who want to promote, you know, healing or education or true spiritual principles or wisdom and knowledge and stuff like this in their music, they underpay these people or shadow ban these people or try to defame or, you know, try to defame these people, right? And the reason why they do this is to make them become bitter and unhappy, or bitter and angry, or some shit like that. Something he said. So this is talking about people, some people becoming bitter because of, you know, this path here, this endurance, like having to endure, right? But what I'm getting to is there's a lot of wisdom that come from patience. So this is talking about, you know, kind of being forced to be patient as well, but it was helping you. It was helping you be able to do this on your own, do this on cue, and also, you know, to understand the strength, the beauty, the gifts, the necessities that come out of it, or that's derived from it. That's derived from this patience and endurance and durability, this tenacity and resilience, right? This adaptability that's gained, these adaptations. So before I move forward, right, let me finish reading the tortoise. It says, tortoise also counsels constructing a mental carapace to protect yourself from the unjustified criticisms of others, right? Unjustified criticisms of others. So people, you know, trying to make you feel inadequate about your path because, okay, you're not living, or you wasn't able to have your own house yet, or you didn't move away from home yet, or you didn't move somewhere far, or certain things you didn't obtain yet in the material realm, right? But that's an illusion. It says, tortoise also counsels constructing a mental carapace to protect yourself from the unjustified criticisms of others. For as tortoise hatchlings emerge from their shells, perfect, you too were born flawless. Now, this also makes me think about how religion often teaches us that we're born into sin. But people are confused as hell, I feel like. Okay, yes, you may be delivered into a world where there's a lot of sin, a lot of ignorance and evil going on. That doesn't mean you yourself was sinful when you came into the world. That doesn't mean you yourself was born demonic. That's not what that means. You was not born evil and then had to become good. Because I feel like there's a huge misconception around that. But people, you know, people are often taught in religion or in Christianity that, you know, you're born dark or you're born evil and you must be, you know, baptized in order to be light or whatever, to be divine, right? Or high vibrational, or a chosen, or something like that. But that is not the case. That is not the case. This is why it says you too were born flawless, right? Born in the likeness of the Most High, right? Born and shaped in divinity, first, right? You was predestined. You was pre-created before you got here. So how can they say that you're born evil if the Most High said, I knew you before you was in your mother's womb? I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. You was created in my image before you came, or I decided for you to come through that womb, that portal, that particular portal, right? But regardless of what portal you coming through, you was shaped in my likeness, in the likeness of God, the likeness of divinity and light, right? Period. All right, this says, no, before I move forward. So, that adaptation that I talked about, becoming adaptable, right? As a result of having to, or things be a little bit slower or appearing to be slower on your path, right? Materially, or whatever. So, as I was sitting out there, I was just observing this stone, right? Just observing it. So, nothing too, certain crystals like this, I want to say these are the kind where people kind of, what's the word for it? It's not, I don't want to say tumbled, because tumbled are like smaller ones, but when people basically structure these stones to be like this, like smooth and all that. So either like something about these stones are like crystal balls or like an onyx, reflective stones, seeing things or picking up, messages, clarity, confirmation from source, or just picking up things, or just picking up messages through these kinds of stones here. Y'all, I was stuttering real bad all over the place. But anyway, so as I was just sitting there, looking to the stone or whatever, I saw several things. So let me see, because I want y'all to see this. All right. There was literally like 7 different images that I've seen in this one stone, y'all. Just literally turning it around. As I rotated it and just observed it, I was seeing all kind of like mystical creatures and everything. You know what? I want to show y'all the owl first. So it's cool. That's confirmation that this owl came out. So pay attention to this, right? Speaking of owl, there was an owl very loud last night. Oh no, early this morning, like 3-4 in the morning. So something about people call it the witching hours, but these divine or sacred hours or whatever, between 3 in the morning and 6, 3 in the morning and 7 in the morning, something like that. Something about you receiving wisdom, or I don't know, something about your wisdom being enhanced or expanded. Also about these birds delivering messages. So I'm still gonna finish the cardinal messages. Like, what spiritual properties do they add to you? What energy do they add to you? Right? Because we're always so focused on reciprocity or collaboration with human beings, right? Pouring into one another, worrying about equal give and take and reciprocity between human beings. But there's also a process, or this understanding that exists, where you also are reciprocal to the plant kingdoms and the animal kingdoms, the other kingdoms that we co-share or cohabit this earth with, right? So there's a process of giving energy to the animals, and animals giving energy to us as well. So all right, so let me see. Let me find the owl again. Boom. All right. I hope y'all can see that. Yep. So there's the owl. Can't make this shit up, bruh. You cannot make this fucking shit up. Look at that. All I gotta do is cover up this eye. So definitely you could be seeing owls, or just owls could be coming to you delivering messages here. communing with you, delivering some deep wisdom about yourself, about your relationship, about your home, about those things that really do matter, about how, you know, true partnerships as well. That's dope. All right, so this was the first image I saw, right? The owl. So let's see what message the owl had since it came out. Definitely wants to tell us something. And I'm so excited. It had me so, like, just, wow. All right. Seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. If owl has glided into your cards, the time has come to seek the hidden as owl seeks prey beneath the deep, crisp snow. Arcane knowledge deep within the ageless traditions of white magic will now reveal itself if you quiet your mind and explore the mysteries beyond. Your perceptions will be such that others will be utterly unable to deceive you. Like owl, you will absorb the benign and nourishing and discard the destructive, imbuing your life with intense meaning. That's the look, 4141. What does that mean? So, hella messages coming through, y'all. All look. If you feel like you don't really have like a communion or a strong relationship with people right now, or friendships or people to talk to, I'm telling you, your angels, the spirit animals, the world around you, like nature and stuff like that, the spirit realm, they're definitely talking. They're definitely communicating all the time. So if you feel like you ain't got nobody to talk to or to vent to, I'm telling you, change your life. All right. 4141. Wow. Yeah. So definitely some self-doubt here. It says, when you see the number 4141, there is a message from an angel that you are pleasing God with your actions. If you are unsure about your path, these numbers are confirmation that you should continue on your journey. Very few people get to hear God speak to them directly. When we don't get a response from God during our prayers, it can become discouraging, especially when we need guidance. So when you see the number 4141, you should be relieved to know that God is trying to communicate with you about your prayer requests. God is trying to tell you to stay on the path you are traveling and keep God as your only source of truth. Ignore distractions and focus on God. Focus on love, because God is love. You have many interests that are pulling you in different directions. When you see angel number 4141, this is a reminder that you need to ignore the distractions in your life and focus on God. We encounter hundreds of distractions on a daily basis, such as phone calls, emails, texts, and social media updates. These distractions can prevent us from glorifying God with all of our energy and focus. The numbers 41 repeated tell us that God must be our only source of truth. It was 4404 just now when I said that. If you are feeling overwhelmed, this angel number is a reminder that you need to pause and refocus your attention on God. If you make him your only source of truth, it will instantly eliminate any other distractions to your life. 4422 when I said that. And then 4424. Okay, you are making the right decision. So this is also, again, like we repetitively said, trusting your ability, trusting your own judgment, your discernment, right? Just because people deceive, people, masquerade and, masquerade themselves as something, or they shapeshift, they glamour you to deceive you too. They have to do these things, right? They have to do these things. Just because these people do this or whatever, this doesn't mean that your judgment is poor, you know, in a sense. That's not exactly what that means, right? These people didn't come to you honestly, or that they weren't transparent and honest as you are. And, you know, another thing that can deceive people too is, you know, treating people how you want to be treated. That doesn't mean that everybody that you encounter, you have some type of interaction with, is going to treat you the way that you treat people generally. That's not what that means. So sometimes when we, we invest some sort of energy, right, into people, into a person, and then they, you know, trespass our energy or violate us or, you know, disrespect us, you know, or anything like that, or turn out, you know, to be fake or two-faced, whatever. A lot of us, you know, a lot of times people would think that this has something to do with their lack of discernment or their, you know, decision making, or they have poor judgment or decision making, right? And can develop like a fear-based phobia around forming like new connections, or just, you know, the intentions of people that come towards you, or the intentions of questioning and overthinking the intentions of people who are either drawn to you or whatever. Okay. You have a big decision ahead of you, but you have serious doubts as to whether you have made the right decision or did the right thing. When you see angel number 4141, this is a sign that you are making the right decision. God has big plans for you, and he wants you to know that everything will work out as it should. You considered all of the potential options before making your decision. Seeing the number 4141 is a message from your guardian angel to stop worrying about whether you made the right decision. If you are seeing this angel number, it is likely because you are facing much financial stress or problems in your relationships. God wants you to know that he is the single source of truth, and you should not doubt his plan for you. Woo. So even if you doubt your goddamn plans, don't doubt the plans of the Most High. Eyes have not seen, ears haven't heard all the things that I have for you. Now it's your turn. Whoa, we got that in the reading I just did like 2 days ago. It's my turn, and now I'd like to hear from you. Well, okay. So slow and steady wins the race. That's what I'm getting again. So literally, the literal example of the what do you call it? The hare. The tortoise and the hare, and how the hare, you know, has speed and, you know, had these physical, or seem to have these physical attributes or whatever to progress them or get them to obtain something quicker or whatever. In people's eyes, in humans' eyes, they would deem this person, you know, most qualifiable, right? So you could be comparing yourself, your physical traits or what you have materially or something like that, to that of others, and defining what they have as success because they're willing to sell their souls, or they're willing to defile themselves or sacrifice someone or whatever the case may be, just to get ahead quicker, right? To get these shortcuts and shit. All right. Okay. Alright, so showed you guys the owl. Alright, I also need to show you the cards that came out before I even pull anymore or go deeper into the other images in the stone, right? So we got Frog was the first one to come out. It says, adapt and survive by accepting the inevitable and seizing potential. Adapt and survive. So this is definitely talking about the root chakra, right? Adapt and survive by accepting the inevitable and seizing potential. So this reminds me of the cardinal energy as well, and this is why. Boom. Needless to say, the cardinal is all about home life. While other birds are flying south for winter, the cardinal remains in their community. One of the reasons that cardinals are successful as a species and have even expanded their native territory north is the prevalence of bird feeders that people have put out to attract them. In other words, making home more comfortable for cardinals keeps them around, blah, blah, blah. As a symbol of the home and domestic life, the cardinal is a reminder of the importance of having a nest. It is a sign that the cardinal's bright red plumage is the same color. Root chakra. Your root chakra governs your security and stability. It's the source of the primal energy that you use to secure your basic needs. So the red cardinals remind you that when your nest or home life is stable and secure, you and your loved ones can thrive. So what was that about your partnership? This is also talking about like your friendships as well. The cardinal is in it for the long haul, the ups, downs, and in-betweens. Love transcends infatuation and lust and established bonds. All right. So adapting and surviving by accepting the inevitable. So something about like even during like I already said that during the winter season, how they still stay and they seize the potential of most birds migrating and moving away, right? So they seize the potential of, nests being available or just having not to worry about, that many, predators or distractions, whatever the case may be, right? Because most animals, they, a lot of animals, they have something that they do during the winter. They hibernate or whatever. Boom. All right, and then we had, what came out after that? It says, travel across Earth and oversee to securely embrace your dream. Right, so this is talking about people either like I said, people thinking that they can't be successful or achieve peace, love, and joy, right? Which is the ultimate success and wealth, right? Something that's available to you now. Literally. Healing yourself wherever you are is a doable thing. When you heal, right? When you develop your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding of yourself, the world around you, right? It brings you more peace and joy, like, in knowing or having a better knowing of what's happening around you or of the unknown, right? When you courageously, seek out, to discover or, deeper knowledge about the unknown, and the unknown becomes known now, right? It's not dark anymore. You feel, more courageous or safer about your journey, about moving forward, or about exploration or taking risks or whatever the case may be. Because I'm going to be all over the place, but let me show you. This was faced up on the deck here, bat, and this was after or behind owl, right? So what's the similarities with the owl and the bat? Their nocturnal vision, right? Being able to see through darkness or discern through darkness here, and see predators, identify predators as well through darkness. So the bat says you have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. But this is talking about, maybe individuals could be badging you or could have been badging you about, I guess about where they think you should be, or you could be badgering yourself about where you think you should be because you're comparing your life to societal expectations or, these other people who you don't even know what's really going on, like behind the scenes. You might want to find out what some of these people are doing, right, in order to, achieve these things, or just be understanding that everybody's on their own path, right? Period. So it says, abandon, compromise, and fight valiantly for what you believe in. And then we have porcupine. You may defend yourself honorably without hurting those close to you. So standing up for yourself and speaking your truth doesn't always have to lead to, some fucking uproar or, an all-out war or some shit like that. Right? Or lead to you always, being defensive or being defensive. Show your emotions and regenerate love. Exactly. Being defensive and having these walls up, because When it flipped, look, it flipped out my hand just now and turned upside down. So this is literally talking about resisting this. Resisting this new energy. It says, Moose, with self-reliance and measured patience, adversity will be overcome. Right? And then we have the parrot. Let sunshine revitalize your soul and color transform your world. So this could also talk about wearing like a lot of dark colors, or when you're feeling very dark, or feeling like a heavy dark energy within yourself, or feeling like you're, you know, drifting into your lower self, wearing colorful things or having visuals of colorful bright colors, or even just going outside in nature or whatever can help disperse this energy or transcend it, right? So self-reliance, needing to be able to be self-reliant, right? Because then we have the wolf, right? The wolf in a lot of cases is by itself. So something about your wildness here, returning to this tribal wild energy, this untouched, untapped energy here, before it, you know, was tainted, or before you develop these phobias or some shit like that, right? Listen to your inner wisdom and enjoy the gift of freedom. So gratitude. And it says, speak your passion aloud and defend those whom you love in word and deed. Be persistent and incisive, and all obstacles will be overcome. All right, so I'm not going to go any further there. Anywho, show your emotions and regenerate love. So once again, that regeneration of being a generator, a manifesting generator, right? Being able to generate these energies that you want to feel, that you want to experience, right? That you want to shift the atmosphere, or, you know, the energy, the frequency of a place that you enter, or whatever. You have this ability to do this. When everybody is chaotic and, you know, whatever, losing their shit, like, just your calmness does make, you know, a huge impact, right? You being the peace in the storm, right? Not saying that you don't communicate, you know, information that needs to be communicated, important information. You still do that, right? But you don't have to be pulled by this strong gravitational pull where all these energies being combined together and all hostile or in fear, right? That's a strong gravitational pull that energy has. You don't have to allow you have to be able to be rooted and grounded enough, and knowing that I'm not in this by myself. There's the strongest power, right, that I am co-creating with, that I am coexisting with at all times. I don't have to allow myself to be thrown here and there. Just because, you know, other people doubt God. They are, you know, they doubt love. They are without love. They don't trust themselves. They don't love themselves enough to trust that they will be okay, right? They will be okay. They're going to get through it, right? They're going to become better, right? It is for my good, right? All things working for my good. I can alchemize this. I can transcend this, right? I can do this. I can do this. Because I'm not alone. I'm not doing this by myself, right? Anyway, so after this travel card here, right? We had hippopotamus. And it says, friends stand close by to shield you from life's adversities. So another thing that Cardinals represent as well is friendship. So that's why I was seeing groups of them together. So this is talking about your true soul tribe, or being open to this love that's all around you at all times. Even if it's from people, you know, that you least expect, or, you know, y'all have differences or whatever. Hold on, I've just read this somewhere. Let me see. And this, okay, let me show you this picture. You see how they're all cardinals? They're all star seeds, but they all have differences, right? Differences and similarities. Being respectful of each other's differences, right? Adding to each other. Because seeing one cardinal, it's like, whoa, you see all them standing together? Imagine seeing that in real life. That's how our energy is, or that's the effect, that's the impact, that's the kind of power behind that, right? So it says cardinals are such popular birds. So you're popular in the spirit realm. So this was also talking about like a lot of people. You could be having some anxiety because there's a lot of people, or there could be you just are very magnetic. Your energy is very magnetic, right? So cardinals are such popular birds that they're the state bird of 7 U.S. states. With their bright red plumage and beautiful songs, it's easy to spot them. And because they don't migrate like other bird species, the cardinal is a regular in the neighborhood. They get to know the homes that have bird feeders, and they socialize with their fellow cardinals and birds of other species who are in the area. While male cardinals can be territorial, especially during mating periods, in general, cardinals are very social. They will even flock with birds of different species, so the cardinal debunks to the myth that birds of a feather flock together. So just now what I was getting, if your partner, or if you could be feeling like very territorial or like extra possessive or territorial of your partner right now, and maybe like this could be like this could have created like some tension between y'all, whatever the case may be. This is because like your hormones, this has something to do with your hormones, or like ovulation or something like that, right? Because it says that the male cardinals can be territorial, especially during mating periods, right? And then they said cardinals are also very social. Ooh. So what I'm getting, like, you or your partner, or something about you having a cardinal energy, like your energy being of that of the cardinals. You could also be able to sing or whatever, have the gift of singing. So cardinals can be attracted to you because of this as well. Be your spirit animal. All right. Something about you standing out. Something about you that just stands out wherever you go. Okay, and because they don't migrate like other bird species, the cardinal is a regular in the neighborhood. They get to know the homes that have bird feeders, and they socialize with their fellow cardinals and birds of other species who are in the area. All right, so this will also talk about you getting to know, or putting yourself out there, you know, to get to know people, getting to know people, or getting to know like people around you, or some shit like that. Right. So being friendly to make friends, basically. They get to know the homes that have bird feeders, and they socialize with their fellow cardinals and birds of other species who are in the area. While male cardinals, okay, I already read that. Okay, what I was getting to about us, a channel message for us, this is talking about us being representations of the debunks. We are the debunks to a lot of myths that was created by Western society, or, you know, just by the Antichrist, you know, energies or manifestations. We are the debunks to the myths. That's what I heard. Or your life as a role model, and you serving as an example to debunking myths, doing something different, or showing, forging new paths here, right? There could be like, and this could be like with the music industry and stuff like that. This is talking about you being able to become successful by not doing it the way that everybody else claim you have to do it. This is the only way you can achieve this and succeed. And no. So debunking myths. Debunking myths regarding, you know, your path as well, or just your perceptions, or the whole concept of projection and internalizing and deflection and narcissism, you know, understanding all these different behavior manifestations, right? So that you don't internalize, you know, these encounters, these unpleasant encounters. Okay. So it says, for these reasons, the cardinal is a symbol of friendship. These birds are eager to introduce themselves. They like to be seen and heard, and they don't mind if you're a different sort of bird than they are. As a symbol of friendship, the cardinal reminds you to put yourself out there. Join a club, maybe even a singing group. Get to know the people in your community, even those who may seem different from you. Right? So this could talk about, you know, just joining clubs, organizations, or whatever, the things that are literally of your interest, things that you like to do that may, people that you grew up with at your upbringing, maybe they're not into it, right? But this is talking about going to places where, these people are into these things, right? So aligning yourself with the things that represent you, right? That reflect you, your interests. Okay. Get to know the people in your community, even those who may seem different from you. So regardless of, race, whatever the case may be. So it says that male cardinals are the reason that more people decided to become bird watchers than any other bird. So this is a representation of your essence. And while male cardinals are the flashier of the two, female cardinals are also lovely. They're just more understated than their male counterparts, with their brown feathers and red highlights. Both the male and female cardinals sport the unmistakable tufted crown atop their heads. While they are beautiful to look at, cardinals are more than meets the eye. You know how halos are often described as like this. It's literally like a crown, like a spiritual crown that glows, right? So this is talking about people being able to see this in your aura, like about your wisdom or your ancient wisdom, or like this elder spirit that you have, or something like that. Something about your knowledge, your wisdom, or something. This being able to be felt or seen. It says an unmistakable tufted crown atop their heads. Okay. While they are beautiful to look at, cardinals are more than meets the eye. In addition to their beauty, they have talent. Cardinals can sing. So I'm channeling like Venusian energy as well. And Leo energy. So what is that? Leo. So this could also have something to do with being tired of people who are infatuated with your beauty or attraction. Here you could be like just a very attractive person and just tired of people, literally just flocking to you for that very reason only, and not being able to meet you on a deeper level or like understand you or see you spiritually, right? Be just as, intrigued and understanding and observant and, attentive to your inner self, your truth, your most truest self, your truest form here. So this could also be why you was closed off. If the cardinal is your spirit animal, or if one suddenly makes themselves known to you, it can be a sign to you your pizzazz factor. In other words, whatever you do, even if it's going to the grocery store, do it with flair. Like the showy flamingo, the cardinal reminds you that you are here to shine. Put your best foot forward, show the world what you're made of, and do it with flair. So also with this energy, right? Slow and steady wins the race. This building, what you're building, what you've been building spiritually over time here. It says the cardinal is also an adept nest builder. The female cardinal will search for potential nesting sites as the male tags along. Once the couple identify a spot for their new home, the male will gather and carry nesting materials to the spot, and the female will do the building. Then once the nest is built, the pair will line it with soft leaves in preparation for the arrival of their chicks. Y'all, I channeled like a deep ass interpretation of this when I first read it, and it's like I kind of just hope you do too, because I really do not like want to. I kind of want to just keep moving forward because I got some more information to put out. But this is just talking about not giving a fuck about people's perception of how you and your partner, what works for you, what works for y'all, whatever, you know what I'm saying, how you guys decide to sustain your stability here. Okay, but something about you, both of you, each other, like balancing each other out. Needless to say, the Cardinal is all about home life. Home and domestic life, and the importance of having a nest, having a home. All right. All right. It also represents good luck. And it represents, or it symbolizes, wealth and prosperity. The primal energy, root chakra again. So something about the color red, a significance about the color red, wearing the color red or something like that, can have positive impact when you're having doubts about this, or in this dark energy, whenever this dark energy tries to overtake you. Capacity to seize on opportunities and make things happen. Where you will have the will, you will find the energy to manifest your dreams. Cardinals are such prolific singers that they are a symbol for music. Music is one of the most energizing and healing forces in the universe. So when you see Cardinals, they may be telling you to listen to music or something like that. Or something about listening to music and them appearing to you. So kind of meeting you and adding more of this energy here, this healing and aiding energy to the root chakra, a sense of security, a sense of belonging. Oh, this is cool. A male cardinal was seen to claim a territory and let the female know he's done. So, then the female will often match the notes of his song. The female will also sing when the pair's chicks are born, telling her mate to bring food. So this is talking about you and your partner, communication here, your telepathic communication. Yeah, so this could be a sign to bring more music into your life. I already said that. This is especially important if you or someone you know is facing a health challenge. Music heals. Even for people who are experiencing memory loss, music has the power to get through to them when other methods do not. If you already sing or play an instrument, the cardinal is a positive sign to keep honing your craft. If you love music but never tried singing or playing an instrument, the cardinal is edging you on to give it a try. And if you're happy just being a listener, the cardinal spirit animal encourages you to explore your musical horizons. The world of music is unlimited. Okay, there is an old saying that goes, when cardinals appear, angels are near. So this is talking about, ooh, wow, an army of angels. That's why it was so many of them. Or just like your spirit family, or this is about to make me cry. Your divine ancestors and spirit guides and angels visiting you through cardinals. And I know a lot of the times people associate them with the grandfather spirit, the patriarch, right? Male ancestors. But something that was very significant and stood out today when I seen these cardinals, y'all. I typically see male cardinals, which are the bright red ones. I don't really see the females that often. And there was literally a group of at least 5 of them, like in a group together, like moving together. It makes me think about the 7 Star Sisters, or just this matriarch energy, the great mother energy that is like here, like heavy, willing this judgment and justice for us, this healing, this order. In fact, in many cultures around the world, birds, along with butterflies, are seen as herbivores, purveyors. No, purveyors of messages from the spirit world. Damn, or conveyors. Like the hummingbird, the cardinal is viewed as a special messenger because while they are less common than birds like pigeons, when they are present, they are highly noticeable. So the word cardinal etymology means serving as a hinge. Hinge. What's a hinge? I know I feel like I know what that is, but like the hinges of something, breaking the hinges of something, or like, okay, yeah, a movable joint mechanism on which a da 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 da. No, I need to actually pull it up. So it's like if something doesn't have a hinge, then it's not gonna hold itself together, right? Attach or join with or as if with a hinge. Exactly. So coming to add more of this energy to you, add more healing to this root chakra energy, your root chakra, whenever they appear. So that's why I said everything has a frequency and an energy and an aura. Even though most people emphasize that between human beings, people, often disregard, the energetic transactions that go on between humans and animals, humans and the plant kingdom, whatever the case may be. So seeing these birds as well, or seeing cardinals a lot, this is the Most High establishing to you your importance and connection between you and the Most High. Important messages that remind you of your connection to your angels, spirit guides, loved ones who have passed on to the spirit world. If you see two cardinals, one red and the other brown, which I did see this. However, it was like a lot of brown ones. It was so many cardinals today. Like, I done seen them in different manifestations. I seen them in a group together. Like, one would like lead and the other ones would follow. I seen a male one fly somewhere and like a female follow him. I seen two of them sitting on. So I seen them in different manifestations, like different representations, right, of partnerships and unity. It's like they showed themselves in their different spiritual meanings or prosperities, like all at the same time. But anyway, if you see two cardinals, one red and the other brown, because brown are the females. It says they are likely a couple. This is a positive omen for everlasting true love. Wow. So if you've been doubting your partnership here or something like that, when you see these cardinals or these messages or whatever, it's confirmation that this is like an eternal love or your true divine partner here. A true divine partnership or friendships. If you see two red cardinals, it's two males. This can also symbolize love. It can also symbolize friendly competition and be assigned to up your game, improve an area of your life and do it better. What? I didn't know people called the blue jay a blue cardinal. But the blue jays or blue cardinals represent a miracle. Because I seen blue ones first. I seen the blue ones first, and then all the red and brown ones came in. Exactly. There's not blue cardinals. It's blue jays that closely resemble blue cardinals. Okay. Particularly those who had a crest on their head. Alright. They just wasted my time. Okay, also something about being a directional guardian. A directional guardian. So having guardians come to direct you or give you some direction, some guidance on your path here. If you've been questioning something. Or just being led. Like being led to things. And not even knowing that a spirit or your ancestor or spirit guide is literally walking with you. Or like pulling your hand. Walking you to different things. Or spiritual tools. Or lost items. Or some shit like that. Something like that. Okay. Okay, cardinals also associated with lightning. It says that it can, some people use cardinals to predict when rain will come. And that they also give signs about upcoming weather. Alright. Alright. Helpful for attracting a healthy, nurturing, romantic relationship in your life. Helping to protect the bond you share with your existing partner. Manifesting more good luck. Creating a happier and more secure home life. Alright, so let me show y'all the next image that I saw. Alright, so I showed y'all the owl. Alright. Owl. I'm going to have to find him again, so bear with me. Okay, boom. The ram. So I'm born on the Aries Taurus cusp, right? I got a lot of Aries energy. But let me show y'all this ram. And then another thing, it's like not only does a ram show up, but I've seen a bull as well. But I'm gonna show y'all the ram. Show y'all the ram. Hopefully, I can show it to you. It's reflecting the light too hard. Okay, so boom. The light is messing it up. I really hope y'all can see. It kind of looks like a jackal, like Anubis. But anyway, I'm going to show you. I'm going to outline it out for you. Because I ain't making this shit up. Alright, boom. So there's the head. Right? There's the head of the ram. It kind of looks like a deer too. So you have the eye, the ear, the snout. Right? And then here is the horns, right? Boom, that's one of them. And then the other one goes here. Alright, now look at it. So I said it kind of looks like a jackal too. Alright, so we got a goat, well, a ram, a goat, or a jackal. I don't remember. And then when you turn it this way, I really wish my lighting was better. Okay. So, boom. When you turn it this way, I see a peacock. Alright, so I'm going to have to show y'all what I see. So here's the body of the peacock right here. And then here's the peacock's feathers. Right? So boom, peacock. What else did I see? I seen a skull in it too. A skull head. Let me see. I really want y'all to see all these images. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit challenging to see this one, but when I turn it this way, I see a skull. See how you can see the teeth right here? And then the skull, right? The jawline, and then the skull. So boom. So we got an owl, a ram, a peacock, and a skull. Let me see if I can find this bull. It's taking a little while for me to find the bull. So I'm just going to let that ride for right now because I know I made my point. But what I'm seeing now that I'm holding it a different way, I can see the heart. Like the actual human heart. Right? Because you have like the ventricles or whatever up here. Right? And then the shape of an actual human heart. Now, another thing about this too that they was telling me, depending on the way you hold this, you can channel the energies of these symbols that show up in this crystal, or like if you find a crystal like this. But this is what they was telling me, that in these symbols that you see, right, you know how I had to turn it around, I had to hold it a certain way in order to reveal the image, right, the coded image in the crystal. So depending on like however you hold it, like if I let's say I'm trying to channel the peacock energy, or the essence and properties of the peacock, right, spirit animal, I will hold it, in a way where the peacock is revealed in the stone, so on and so forth. I would do that with the ram if I'm trying to channel some Aries energy or something like that, right? So something about that as well. Okay, turn up. I want to pull some heart cards. I'm definitely have to do another video about old messages I got, because this went pretty long. Alright. And just in case I didn't read this, the sloth card, it says to consider the smallness of your needs and treasure what you possess. So once again, gratitude. Having gratitude. Cherishing what you have. Not allowing the mundane things to destroy something that actually is good. Right? In spirit. Something that's still flourishing. Clarify sloth. Clarify sloth. Damn. So we got number 9, a well-deserved reward. So this is talking about this wait period coming to an end. This cycle of waiting, this slow and steadiness coming to an end here. Let's see. Because you was being tested. Your commitment, your devotion was being tested. So, representation of age and knowledge emerges in your life when you have sufficient experience of life to take charge of your destiny. This is what was being cultivated and accumulated, right, during this slow progress here, or perceived, So, boom. I feel the same way, or I felt the same way. So, well-deserved reward. In love, it says finding balance. That's number 2. Finding balance and sharing the love through communication, compassionate communication here, or expression. Yeah, finding a balance between the love you, like your self-love, the love you give to yourself, the love you give to your family, to your friends, to your partner, to your craft, whatever the case. That's why we have all these different like multiple shadows of partnerships in the background, and it says share the love. Share the love, but not all of yourself, goddamn it. Right? Don't lose yourself in it, but share it. That's what we're here to do. Okay. Clarify frog. So we got clarity of belief. And what was frog? It said adapt and survive by accepting the inevitable and seizing potential. Right? And then we have success and growth at number 8. All right. So all the numbers that came out so far, different. So I'll just give you different combinations really quick. 92, 923, 318, 185. Because we got 9, 2, 3, 1, 8, and 5. So any of those numbers, some significance there. Wherever you feel led or guided, right? Because it's going to be different for anybody. You might think, I'm going to search this combination. The next person that watching might think, I'm going to search this combination, right? Both of them two totally different messages, but it's the exact message that you needed for your person, right? Period. Clarify octopus. Damn, I kind of want to do this over. Because it's shine and spread your wings, but it came out reverse. So something about hiding your light here. Hiding yourself. You know something about the octopus too? The octopus is like one of those aquatic creatures that's like at the deep bottom of the ocean. So something about hiding your emotions or hiding your creativity or something like that. Not allowing yourself to be seen, to shine, or some shit. Spread your wings. So restricting yourself, placing limitations on yourself. Because this is like a restricted freedom here. If you got spread your wings reverse, somebody doesn't feel free in their expression, their creativity, right? Somebody's doubting their discernment. It says choose your battles. I didn't use that to clarify anything, but must be for that. About choosing our battles wisely here, and like, is it even a real battle, or adopting battles that we're not really supposed to be adopting? Remember that gravitational pull that certain energies have, right? Some energies are more intense, have like a stronger pull than others. All right. Clarify tortoise. Clarify tortoise. Clarify tortoise. Believe and succeed. Right? So again, it don't do you no good, for you to like, okay, speak a spell. Wait on it, because it don't happen in the time frame that you wanted to. You just go ahead and count it as null and void, that it's not going to happen, that magic isn't real, manifesting things into existence isn't real just because it's not done on the timing that your human self thinks that it's supposed to be done. Look, but it's blossoming. So believing, not worrying about the when and the how, but just believing that it's going to happen anyway, right? And being grateful and appreciative of the journey. So believing in this, believing in yourself in order for these things to blossom. Believing that it will. All right, so you have to believe in the magic for it to work. Clarify hippopotamus. Clarify hippopotamus. Yeah, this is also talking about not even believing in the love. It's like you want love. Look, heal, reverse. You want love. You want these partnerships, this family, this tribe, this companionship, this unity. You want it, but you don't believe in it. Right? You're not believing, or something about being blocked there. Being blocked. Because, look, heal, reverse. Hippopotamus. Friends stand close by to shield you from life's adversities. All right, so this is also talking about like in the past, or dealing with friends who didn't defend you behind your back. But this is talking see, this is different. There's some who did, some who didn't, right? We got to be fair here. Some who did, some who didn't. But definitely more, or a lot of, individuals who didn't either though. But something about refusing to heal a perception regarding friendships, just because when challenges arises, or some type of conflict, right? Coming together just showed itself. Look, coming together in order to heal, it fell again, but it in the upright after showing that coming together card. Look, to rebuild. So being afraid to rebuild, and then we got change your focus reverse. So, and then awaiting results. So this is once again emphasizing focusing on truth, God being the source of truth, or your source of truth here. And then I'm channeling something about distraction, like just change your focus reverse. Something about distraction, or seeing something as a distraction. Where's my cards? So let's put that back how it was. Clarify Badger. Clarify Badger. Clarify Badger. Clarify Badger. Healing begins. Abandon compromise and fight valiantly for what you believe in. Abandon compromising your peace. Abandon, compromising your necessary time, or, the conditions that that's most desirable in order for you to achieve some healing here, or some shit like that. So fighting for yourself, abandoning compromise to degrade or abandon yourself, and instead fighting for yourself, fighting for your happiness, right? These were all the cards? I think so. Clarify healing begins. Love. And then we got move. So moving out of love, moving in love. Not out of love, like out of love with a person, but moving in love. Right? Compassion, love, compassion, kindness. All right. Another thing that I need to emphasize here is 66. We got 66 that came out, and then 667. Refusing to see love abounds. So refusing to see that love abounds when conflict or chaos arises. And this blocks your dreams from coming true. Refusing to see that this is the way for your dreams to come true as well. This could be feeling, maybe you just feel a lack of love from certain individuals or the people around you. Then we got to embrace this energy. So being open to love, being open to this energy. Third eye chakra. Number 6 again. Whether you win, whether it's a win or a lose, right? What's most important? Taking the lead to move in love, or through love. Observe. Being a role model. Setting an example here of how to achieve joy and stability, what grace looks like. A master. Being a master of love, a master of this energy, a master of self-love, a master of grace, a master of peace, a master of retaining the heart, right? What does it look like to retain your heart even after so many betrayals, right? People abandoning you, betraying you, defaming your character, running your name in the dirt, cheating on you, defiling you, whatever the case may be. Control. Trying to have you under mind control. But this is also talking about controlling your perceptions here, or your thoughts. Having control over your thoughts and not being impulsive anymore. Not being emotionally impulsive and so quick to feeling helpless and hopeless, when regardless, there's still a path that can be taken here. All paths is going to lead you to home. If you're divine, right? If you're moving out of love. Flow. Number 10. So moving into this cycle of flow here and nurturing yourselves, or being nurtured by the Most High, by source, nature. Going within, because it says just breathe, simply love. Moving on, base chakra, new vitality, open up. Seek the truth, choosing your battles wisely, being confident, right? Confident to confront these things courageously, confronting your darkest fears courageously here, and not stalling and escaping. Listening to yourself, listening to your spirit, listening to the angels, right? The plant kingdom. Look, and I said it because we got strengthening bonds here. Detach. Detaching from what you thought your plan was supposed to be, or some opportunity that you perceive you missed here. So this is talk about, teaching from your experience here, teaching through this energy, from this pain or whatever. Teaching through this journey, this learning journey. As you learn, teaching what you're learning. All right, y'all. I'm beating a dead horse. I think we're going to end it here. Yeah. So this is your girl, the Authentic Empress. I hope you guys were able to get some clarity from this video. I'll see you guys next time.